Well, hey, crafty family, I'm Eve with the baby's booty, and tonight is all about making improvements. I guess that's the best way I can put it. We are going to go over a technique that came about, when was that? Last week, week before, in working with Dolanda. So we're going to get into that and explain where it came from, how we got here today, and where we're going from now here in a moment. First off, I would like to say welcome. Thank you so very much for coming in and hanging with us tonight. I'm Eve with the baby's booty, and we are all about the craft, okay? Crafting some of everything, okay? So I've been cleaning up and cleaning out my studio. You probably can't tell by the pile behind me, but I have been, and it's like I'm uncovering more and more crafts that I was like, ooh, I want to do that, and haven't done it yet because I have so many different things that I've been doing, and it's like, oh my gosh. So from vinyl to sublimation to HD DTF, UV DTF to, I was at one point into resin, kind of still do a little bit of resin. 3D printing, sublimation, laser, I mean, the list goes on and on. Quilting, trying to dabble into that. Sewing, yeah, it's exhausting when I stop and think about all of the cool things that we do over here. But we try and squeeze it all in, and at the end of the day, it's all about teaching you something new, a new technique, or maybe just a new point. So that's what we're going to be handling over here tonight. So I want to welcome you all. And hi, Kai. I want to welcome all of you and thank you for coming to hang out. Normally, I go through the chat and I say hello to a lot of the folks at the top of the chat and speak. And I'm going to do that really quickly tonight, not as long as I usually do, because this is going to be partially step-by-step instructions right here on the screen, and then the other part is going to be actually doing a technique over on the cutting table. So I don't want to take up entirely too much time, but what I will do is ring the bell for the babies. Now I want to teach you all something. Okay, so we're going to make a change. As a matter of fact, hello to everyone. I'm not going to be able to do that tonight, now that I think about it, because we need to make a change. We need to make a change. And thank you to Miss Gail, because she is heralding in our change. So normally here on this channel, we started doing this years and years ago. We celebrate folks getting new babies. And I call them babies because, I mean, our equipment basically are our babies. Like, my cutting machine is my baby. I love my cutting machine. My embroidery machines are all my babies. I mean, I'm just saying. So we celebrate the new babies that you get, because crafting is costly as it is. And when you get something new, your family here gets it. Like, we totally get it. And so we want to celebrate with you, because that's a win for you. And Miss Gail has a new baby, her brother XR3774. So congratulations to Miss Gail. Holler! Yes, honey. Yes. Now we will always and forever, as long as I have a bell in my possession and my hands work, we will ring the bell for the babies. But what we want to do is make sure that your babies get celebrated, right? So before we get into the show, I want to teach you something really quick. And I'm going to share screen so that you can see. Oh, and she's a member for 36 months. Holler! Yes, honey. Yes. And Miss Gail, the way you did that was slick. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm saying. I'm going to show you, because not everybody are members and have a member milestone chat. Like, and even Greg did the same thing. So we're going to ring the bell for Greg. Okay, I am muted. So let me make sure. Give me a sec, Greg. I am going to ring the bell for you, but I'm going to pull up YouTube. So Greg has a new Snapmaker 3D printer. Holler! Yes! Congratulations! I'm gonna look up and see how, I'm not gonna ask questions about sizes and stuff because that's gonna take forever. But congratulations. And you're a member for 36 months. Hi. Yes, honey. Yes. Congratulations, Greg. So I want to show you guys something. Let me share screen really quick. And then if we need to ring the bell again, we will. I'm going to share screen. And as a matter of fact, let's do it this way. Let's see if it'll work for me. Okay. So, Martha Jordan. Let's see. Wrong screen. Let me share screen. Hold on. Let's stop sharing. Share screen. The button that I pushed didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. Okay. There we go. Okay, I think it's doing what I wanted to do. It's doing what I wanted to do, but not quite. Okay. So, that's why it confused me. No worries. Martha Jordan, congratulations on your new HTV Ront D2 DTF printer. Holla! Yes, honey. Yes. And Martha Jordan, you actually kind of sort of did what I was gonna say. So if you guys can see, hold on, let me see if what's back here. That's silhouette. Let me scooch you and droop you. And then let's see if that works. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Okay. If you are on your computer, you can do this easily. If you're on your phone, you can do this as well. So from now on, and I'm going to keep reiterating this and somehow put a banner up at the beginning of our live streams. Down here in the chat, if you click add emojis, we have custom emojis down here for those who are members on the chat. So if you have not subscribers, that's different, but members who contribute monthly every month, we have customized little emojis down here, right? So everyone though has access to these YouTube emojis. So what we're going to ask, and this is because to make the lives easier for Mr. McQuackins and for Sheila Cushionberry, if you notice right here, there's a gold medal. Okay, there's a gold medal right here, and we would either that one or the gold. He said the gold medal. If you have a new baby, what? The very last one. What very? Oh, this one? My bad. Not the gold medal. Y'all, I don't know why he puts up with me. Oh, that's right. It was this one. I was like, I don't understand why that one. Okay, he said this blue one. This blue one right here. If you have a new baby, put the blue to let us know that you have a new baby, so that it brings awareness and we can see it and it pops up better for him and for Sheila Cushionberry. So yes, there are too many screens. I understand that, but he put it up there as well. And if you look at those YouTube emojis, it's the second one in on the second to last row. I don't know how else to put that. Okay, so that is how we would like to ask you to show that you have a new baby, because we need something to help us. We're getting old, y'all. We're getting old, and the eyesight don't work as well as it used to, and we don't, at the end of the day, the whole reason for this is we don't want to skip over your baby. Okay, we don't want to skip it, and sometimes we might miss. So if you put that little idea, blue idea in the book or something like that, whatever that's called, and then what your baby is, it'll help us. Like earlier, who was that? Hold on. Martha Jordan. So when she did hers, she put the hand at the end of it. That helped bring it to our attention. But he's going to be looking for that blue little light bulb thing. So if you could do that, we would really appreciate it, because we're getting older and it's getting tougher to keep up with everything. Okay. All right. So that's that. Help him out. Help him out. And make it a little bit easier on us elderly people, okay? Old people. So that's that. That's that particular thing. Crafts by Q. See what I'm saying? Do you see that, honey? Wherever you are back in the background. Crafts by Q. Poolin E07 embroidery. Holler! Congratulations! Yes! That's what's up. Holler! Yes! Shay talking about I want a new baby. So tonight's live stream is going to be about our this process, right? So let me see, is this the right thing? Yes. So if you've ever looked at your white rhinestone t-shirts and you was like, that's pretty, but it's missing something. So tonight I'm going to show you one extra step that completely changes the finished look, okay? And you'll be able to use this with the instructions we're going to go over tonight with designs that you already have, okay? Yolanda Williams, congratulations on your HTV Run Auto Press 3. Holla! Yes, honey. Yes. See what I'm saying? Thank you. Y'all is what's up when using the emoji the right. I'm just saying. Stacy Collins got the new Bamboo P2S. Holler! Oh, she got 5 of them. Okay, come through 3D printing for money. Yes. That's what's up, printing in bulk. So if you see this shirt right here, now keep in mind, I cut out the H and I don't know where my H is. I'm pretty sure I threw it away, but I'm going to get it out of the garbage can and I'm going to put the H on there. But you see this shirt? So bling looks good on a white shirt because you can see it's blinging. Okay, because normally when I bling shirts, I bling on the dark shirts because that something about the dark background, it allows the shirt to the rhinestones to just dazzle without any distraction whatsoever. Geneva, congratulations on your new brother XR3774. Yes, honey. Yes, that's what's up. So with this one, although, you know, it still looks good and it does still bling. And you can tell this is my design, by the way. This is on our website on hotfixpicks.store. This is one of our designs that came with, and if you bought Colt McQuacken's set, then you got this design with it. And Miss 143, congratulations on your new Poolin. Yes, honey. Yes. Congratulations. So you can get this even if you didn't get the McQuacken's set, okay? Even if you didn't get the McQuacken set, you can get this design, right? But I want to show you something. Linda T got a brother EP570. Holler! Don't forget y'all emojis now. Holler! Don't forget y'all's emojis to help the old man find it. So I want to know what you think. This one, I know Delonda was like, I need a hanger. My hanger is back there. Did I grab it before the show? Not at all. But I can go grab it now. Or this one. What do you think? Which one stands out more? Now, keep in mind, I did say I cut out the H, but the H is missing. But what do you think? What do you think? Which stands out more to you? Okay. So this one, we've added a little bit something extra in the background, as my grandpa says. And that extra helps the design stand out that much more. So this one, I'm going to show it again. Let's go get the hangers. Let's get the hangers so that we can give these shirts the proper showcase that we can do for them. So we got this one. And then we got this one. Okay. And hopefully Delonda eventually pop in and we can tell her thank you. Because it was her question. Her question that spurred this on. It's the exact same design. The exact same design, but one of them, minus the H, y'all. My bad. My bad. But one of them has just a little something extra. Just a little something extra. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So this is the thing. Delonda created 2 new designs, technically 3, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, 2 new designs, and one of them she wanted to put on a white shirt. She put it on the white shirt, but when she put it on the white shirt, it wasn't hitting like she wanted it to, and she was asking what could she do different to let it hit. And there were a lot of suggestions that were thrown out. I even threw out some suggestions prior to, but I thought about it and I was like, you know what, why don't you sublimate behind that design? Now I will admit all I said was I would put sublimation behind the design. I didn't elaborate. Usually when we sublimate, it's on white. Usually it's on white, and it's polyester, something polyester that we put sublimation on. So I would recommend a polyester t-shirt to put the design on, or polyester shirt. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. But the thing that, and she already had her design and she was able to do sublimation behind it, but she posed a different question to me, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. Let me see. And so what I did was I took the time to try it, and it worked. So let me show you what we're talking about. So we're going to go into Silhouette tonight, and we are going to show you how you can take a design that you already have and you can use this process. Okay, so let me see if, let me bring this over and make sure where this, oh, you know what, let me do it this way. I'm gonna do it this way, that way I know what I have. Let's go here and let's go here. Now how many of you be honest, before tonight, how many of you thought you would probably have to buy all new templates to do something like this? Okay, do you think you have, how many of you would have said, okay, well that means I gotta buy more designs, right? Nope, you don't have to. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Let's go here, which is why I came over on this screen. Okay, so I am coming. Let's go here. And then let's grab this one. So another design that I have is this. And this is the design that we're getting ready to work with. Okay. I don't know if you saw it or not yet, but let's go here. I was just there. Come on, fam. There we go. Okay, so let me bring this over. And here is our rhinestone. Here are our rhinestone designs. Okay, so if you go here where it says sort by, you can do newest arrivals, and that brings you to the most latest and greatest designs that we put on the website. So this particular one was super cute, 80s chillin', because I do definitely remember eating these popsicles in the 80s when I was such a cute little tenderoni. All right, and this design, I have it in 50s, 60s, 70s. That was the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s. Okay, oh my gosh, that's got me hearing my song in the background. But anyways, so if you purchase this collection, it's a collection of all of the years if you wanted to do this particular design. Okay, now I also have this collection, which is good times, bomb vibes, and just chilling. Okay, so you can, if you're not about the years, then you can just, you know, grab these and put the words with them. And this all comes in this particular collection. Okay, so that's available, and that's what we're going to work with right now. So I am going to show you step by step how to take that collection, and we're going to turn it into give it a sublimation background, because I didn't make a sublimation background for y'all. That's not a part of what we got going on. So that's what we're getting ready to do now. So we're going to open, and let me grab this, and then I'm gonna go downloads, and then I'm gonna go here and pull it up. Okay, so here's the 80s chillin', and this design, when you click on it, it's all grouped together. Okay, it's all grouped together. It should be a collection. If not, let me know. Hey, precious pieces. So what we're going to do first is ungroup this, because I don't want to sublimate behind this. This is just for your own information. So we're going to delete that for right now, because we don't need it. And then we are going to be left with the actual rhinestone design behind. Okay, so the first thing you would want to do is ungroup this and put it in its individual pieces. The whole thing behind doing the sublimation behind it is giving it some color back behind the design, so that it will help the rhinestones pop and help the rhinestones present better. So now I will give a caveat with doing this. In order to sublimate, this particular design is 8.5 inches by 8.39 inches. Basically, I'm rounding up. Okay, my printer only does 8.5 by 11. So you may have to split up the design to print it in pieces in order for you to be able to get the sublimation print and put it behind your rhinestones. Now, if you are fortunate enough to have a bigger printer, say 11 by 17 or the 13 by 19, well, you got it made in the shade. You don't have to worry about much of anything, because very rarely do we have rhinestone designs that are bigger than those two sizes. But mine is a little bitty printer, so I'm going to have to use the 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to have to print this in pieces. All right, so let's get back to the design. The first thing you want to do after breaking all of these into pieces, very simple, but it takes some time. So we're going to grab, the first thing I'm going to grab is these stars, and I am going to do an offset. So when you come over to this left hand panel over here on the left hand side, it gives you quick buttons that you can click in order to do the things. Okay, so we're going to click the offset button. All right, and I'm going to click on offset. So the first thing I want to do is offset these stars. Did you see what happened? Let me do this, and we're going to zoom in so that you can see. You see how it turned red around here? Just in case you couldn't see that, I'm going to color it in. Okay, you see how it turned red behind all of those circles? You can leave it like that, and that works, because the center of these stars are hollow. The Canva is helpful for printing in pieces. Yes, you can also print in pieces in silhouette as well. And the center of these stars is hollow, and that's what we want. But I'm going to take this back off, and then what I'm going to do is move this up. Actually, I'm going to move this down. Hold on, y'all. Let's back it out for a minute. And I'm going to click the up arrow on my keyboard. Oh, that didn't work. Hold on. Hold on. I'm doing back. Back it up. Because there's something I need this to do. So let me do this first, actually. I'm going to pull this down. right, because I need room to work. Okay, so now we're going to offset. And now that it offset, I'm hitting the up arrow. Why am I hitting the up arrow? I am pushing the up arrow because I want this to move and leave my design in place. So for now, I'm going to move this off to the side, and I'm going to bring all of this back down, but I need it to stay where it is. So moving this around, I'm going to be moving this with my arrow keys. Okay, so hopefully I'm not losing anybody. The first thing you want to do is bring in your design. Once you bring in your design, you're going to ungroup it into the different color pieces. Once you ungroup it into your different color pieces, we're going to select one part of the color, one color. Okay, and this one is the gray. I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to release compound path. All right, release compound path. So again, right click on it. There's a make compound path right now because that's what it was a minute ago, but we want to release compound path. And when you do that, let me zoom in so that you can see what we're doing. See how it has all of these little spaces in there? For my solid stars, I don't want those spaces. You can leave them if you want to, but I don't want spaces. I want it to be a solid filled star. So what I did was select the whole star, left it in place where it was, and it selects all these little holes and nooks and crannies inside that star. I'm going to hold down my shift key, and I'm going to click the main outline because the main outline I want it to stay, and then I'm going to hit delete. All right, so that's the first thing. Now, you technically don't have to do this. Yes, you do. You do have to remove your stars. Move your things. So now when I select that, I'm going to zoom out and show you what I'm doing. I'm going to fill this in with the color of the stars. I'm going to do one for right now, but after I do this one, I'm going to wait and do the rest of them all together. So I'm going to come up to this. Actually, let's go right here to the little fill panel art easel. That's not an easel. I forget what they call that thing. The art board, whatever that thing is called. Paint, where you put your paints on the palette. And then I'm going to get this eyedropper tool, and I'm going to go to my stars, and I'm going to select the color of the stars that I already have. Because what you're trying to do is you want this to match the color of the rhinestones that you're going to put behind it. Okay? And we'll go over this again with the red, and we're going to make those red. We're going to do blue. We're going to make those blue, brown. We're going to make it brown, so on and so forth. So this is just showing you how you can take these shapes to create the SVG or the PNG basically, or JPEG that you're going to print out and sublimate behind the rhinestone design. But you want it to be the same size as what you have here on your design. You can't resize this, because if you do, then it won't look right behind your rhinestones. Okay, so we're trying to leave everything exactly the way it is so that we don't cause ourselves problems. So let's grab this one. And I may have to, let me see if this is going to work. Because I may have to, yeah, I'm going to have to do a cutout of this one. So I have both of them selected. Oh, no, I don't. Remember I said these stars are filled in, and I want, no, these aren't the ones that are filled in. I'm wrong. Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm messing myself up, and I don't want to mess y'all up. These stars are hollow, so let me back out of this. We're going to go back and finish the ones that are filled in so that I don't mess y'all up. Repetition is what helps us. So let's go to another one that's filled in. I'm going to select it. I'm going to hold down my shift key, click on the outside border, and then that just leaves the inside selected. If you need to and you don't remember to hold that down, you can click each one of these and hit delete on your keyboard. But that takes too long. in my opinion. But if you had to, say for instance, you're trying to select something in tight quarters, you can do it that way. But if I hold down shift and select, it only has those selected, and then hit delete on my keyboard, and there my star is filled in like it's supposed to be, because this is a full filled in star. So this one is also a full filled in star. So I'm going to select the whole thing, hold down shift, click on the outer one, and hit delete. Okay, hopefully you're taking notes. Hopefully you're taking notes, because this is a process. Or be sure to bookmark and come back to this video, because this is definitely a video that will help you if you want to do this with any designs that you already have. So those are filled in. Both of them are filled in. They're a solid star. Now let's go to our hollow stars. So our hollow stars, I'm going to go ahead and color it in so that you can see this process. Now, I will be the first to admit to you, when I go over here to the modify panel, this one messes me up every single time. I want to do one of three things, and I usually can never remember which one it is I want to do. The first one I'm going to choose is subtract. Hopefully subtract will work. And it did. Okay. It didn't make me look goofy on live. Sometimes it's crop. Sometimes it's subtract. I don't know. But this time it did what I wanted it to do, because you remember these are the rhinestones all around it, and I want the color behind the rhinestones. But then the center of this design, let me go back out. The center of these stars is hollow. So I want it to stay hollow. I just want color behind the rhinestones only. Okay. So let's do the same thing with this star, because it's hollow as well. And I'm going to fill it in so that you can see it do what it does. I'm going to hit subtract. And there we got our hollow star. Again, you have to select both the outer and the inner. See these two red star shapes? Here's a star. Let me show you what I mean. So this one, I'm going to turn it red. And then the bigger shape behind it, I'm going to turn it gray. So you see, that's technically two different shapes that the what is this, offset panel made for us. But I don't want the red. I just want the gray. So that's why I have to select both of them and then hit subtract. And it takes the red away and it leaves the gray behind. Okay. Hey, Delonda. Thank you, Delonda, for the idea of doing this video and showing people how to do it. And talking to her, she was like, you ought to show how to do it. I was like, I really don't want to. But I'm glad I am, because I've already done one design and it worked out. Actually, I've done two designs and it worked out really well. So let's grab this, and I'm going to hit group. I'm going to leave the red background, the red lines around this. And I'm doing that for a reason. Okay. So let me do something real quick. Let's duplicate this and pull it off to the side. All right. So now when I bring this over, unfortunately, it disappears. You see that? We don't want it to disappear. We want to be able to tell the difference between our rhinestones and our sublimation. So what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom in for you. And I'm going to do this step with every color. I'm going to grab these. I'm going to come back to my paint palette. And it's selected. It has the color right here, the gray selected. I'm going to go right here to where it says transparency. And I'm going to move this over till it says 50%. Okay. You see that? That's 50% lighter, more transparent than what it was. And I'm going to show you why I did that. So I'm going to back this out. I'm going to grab this whole design. And now when I bring it over, you can actually see your rhinestones. See how you can see them now. And you can make sure that they're laid over the top and that it looks as good as you want it to. This might be a little bit too much color behind, too much shadow behind these stones, but that's up to you. You can fix that. If you want it to be a tighter color behind the stones, you can. You totally can do that. But this is what I'm doing. And I'm going to show you what my, what the difference was that I did. Okay. So let me see. Let's pull this back out. Okay. I'm hitting the back key because I don't want to. There we go. All right, I need this design to stay exactly as it is over here. So it may not matter because I did duplicate it. All right, so we got the stars. The stars are done. Let's do our 80s chilling because it's right here. It's not super hard to do. And we're going to get this. And now that I duplicated it, I think I'll be all right to do it like this, hopefully. All right, and so here's our 80s chilling. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to select it. I bet it was cute too, Nalanda. And so let's do this process again. The exact same thing with the stars. We're going to do it 80s chilling. So I have 80s chilling selected. And I am going to get the offset panel. Okay. And that's the star with the outline over here on the left hand side. And then we're going to click offset. Are you following me so far? Let me know if I've lost anybody. Because this is basically going to be rinse and repeat. We're going to rinse and repeat with each color. But there are certain things that I'm going to keep doing. There are certain things that I want to stay in place so that you can see why I want to keep it in place. What was the white flavor? I don't know. I don't know what the flavor was. It was white. So I did the offset. Actually, let me hit. Oh, man. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Let's take that offset. And I'm going to zoom in ahead of time. All right. So here's 80s chilling. And let's do the offset now. So here's the offset panel. Again, it's over here on the right hand side. With the star with the outline on it. And let's click offset. And you can see it pops up a red line. And then here's the red for the inside, the 0. Now you can change your offset. See right here where it says 0.025? That's the distance. That's how far away from the shape that you're trying to offset. That's how far away this red line is going to be. Okay, so I can bring it in some more. See, I can tighten it up. That's 10. That's 0. We don't want 0. So that's 10. That's 15. That's 20. So you can take it all the way out if you want to. Look at how much wider than that is. But let me do this so that you can see. See, that's way too big, right? So I'm going to bring this in. And I had it on 20. I think. No, actually, I think it was like 25 or something. But that's 30. I'm going to take it down to, it was 25. So I'm going to take this down to 20. Okay. So you can set this whatever size you want. Whatever, however much color you want behind your stones, you can do that. Okay. So now that I have that, I'm going to hit my up arrow key and move it out of the way. And then I'm going to move this off to the side. The reason why I do that is because with silhouette, it's really sensitive when you're going to go select stuff. Sometimes you're trying to select this, but you end up selecting that. And it causes a problem and it's frustrating, but that's not what we want. Okay. So I'm going to select the whole thing. And then I'm going to go to my color, my paint palette. And then we're going to get the eyedropper tool. And we're going to go to the color that it is. Even though it's black, I'm still using the eyedropper tool. And that turns it to the color that I want behind these stones. Because I'm going to be using black stones behind this. Now keep in mind, when you're sublimating, you're going to be on white. Or a very light color. Okay. So here's 80s chilling. I turned it black. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with the stars. And I'm going to change the transparency. I changed the transparency number 1 and hit enter. I'm going to take it to 50% and hit enter. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want it to be easy for me to see my rhinestones. If I need to change this back to black, like if you really want it to be black behind those black stones, you can change it back to whatever the actual color it is, and by bringing your transparency all the way back to 0. But I want it to be at 50. That's a sweet spot for me. So I'm going to leave it there. And then now when I bring 80s chillin' and put it over the top, I can see my black stones. And I don't have to worry about it blending in. How much offset? My offset was 0.025 if I'm remembering correctly. Okay. So now I have my 80s chillin'. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to group it. I'm leaving the red border around it, and I'm doing that for a reason. And then we're going to back out a little bit, and I'm going to grab this 80s chillin'. Let me make sure it's all grouped together, and it's not, so I'm going to group that. I need one template, and I'm going to show you why I need this one template to stay together as opposed to this one that I broke apart. So let's bring this up, and let me zoom in. And my stars are in the right place. Okay. So I'm lining up my stars, my rhinestones over the top of the stars. Oh, cuss. I just moved it. Let me back up. Okay. So I'm lining my rhinestones up over the stars, and I can see where to put these because I made the background 50% lighter than the color of the stones. Again, otherwise it wouldn't work. Okay. You wouldn't be able to see it. So now that I've done that, the Bomb Pop is in the right place. 80s Chillin' is in the right place. But look, the shadow is not. So that's why I need this one to stay together so that I can put this and bring it and put it in the right place where it's supposed to be. And the design is staying where it needs to be. Okay. See? So now this is lined up. I don't have to worry about this. So for now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to group it so that it stays together for now. Okay. So let's move this back off to the side. Thank you for your service. And we're going to come over here. And our next part that we're going to do is not stipple. We're going to grab our Bomb Pop. So I'm going to hit Control. And I'm going to hold down my Shift key. And I'm going to grab this, the blue, the white, and the red. And I'm going to be a little bit extra. And I'm going to come right here. And we're going to tackle 1, 2, 3, 4 colors at a time. Okay. So here's my Bomb Pop, not including the inside part. And let's zoom in so that you can see what we're doing. Hopefully I didn't lose you, but we're going to go through the exact same steps again. Okay. So I'm going to start with the brown, the popsicle stick, and I'm going to select it. The popsicle stick is solid, so I don't have to worry about, shouldn't have to worry about deleting any places in the middle of it. All right. So let's zoom in a little bit more so that you can see this a little bit clearer. Okay. So offset panel, that's over here on the right hand side. Okay. I'm selecting just the popsicle stick. So let's grab the offset panel. Let's click offset. All right. Now when I click offset, this is at 0.020 right now. Okay, so that answers Winnie Lane. So this offset is 0.020. Okay, and if I were to move this down, you'll see that it has all of these little sections in here because my offset is so tight around the stick. I can make my offset bigger, but if I make the offset bigger, then let me move this back up. All I'm doing is pushing up arrow on my keyboard, okay, to get it right back into place. So if I were to make the offset bigger, see how it's already kind of touching this blue? It would really overlap into that blue, and I don't want it to overlap so much. I just want it to be just enough to see behind these brown stones. So technically I can make this smaller, technically, but I've already clicked off of it, so I'm gonna leave it where it is. Okay, so we're going to leave that right there. Well, no, I can't leave that right there. Hold on. Let's move this out the way. And I'm going to grab the popsicle stick, and I am going to right click with my mouse. So all I'm doing is right clicking, and then in that menu that pops up, I want to release compound path. And what that's going to do is take this whole solid, all of these are now joined or welded somewhat together. They're all one piece. By releasing the compound path, it breaks it up. So now you can see all of these little individual dots. Well, if I hit delete on my keyboard, it'll delete everything because right now the entire shape is selected. So I have to hold down my shift key and click the outside shape of the popsicle stick. I'm holding down shift to deselect the outside border of that popsicle stick because I want that to stay. And then I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard, and it takes away all of the stuff on the inside that I don't want, because I want my popsicle stick to be filled in completely solid. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. If I lost you, say lost in the chat. Okay? But we are going to go over this exact same technique again here in a minute. So now that I have this outside border of the popsicle stick selected, I'm going to come to my paint palette over here on the right hand side, select that paint palette. I'm going to get my eyedropper tool, which is right here. And what this eyedropper tool is, see how it's showing every color of everything on the desktop? I want this to be the same color as my rhinestones. So I'm selecting this brown in the popsicle stick because I want these to be light topaz. Okay, you are lost. Okay, Judy, hang tight, and we're going to do this again. So I'm selecting the popsicle stick, and still in my paint palette, I need to change my transparency. I want to lighten this, and I want to change the transparency to 50%. See how it started getting lighter and lighter? I wanted to change the transparency. Why did I change the transparency? Because I want to be able to see the rhinestones in the design, to be able to line them right back up where they're supposed to be. Okay, if I don't change the transparency, hang on, let's show you what that looks like. If I don't change the transparency and I leave it at 0, when I bring this over, see, it disappears. So how do I know it's lined up properly? I don't, because I can't see. So I'm changing the transparency to 50%. It doesn't have to be exactly 50. I'm just choosing 50 because it's an easier number to remember. Okay. So we're going to nudge this in place the way that's supposed to be. And so now my popsicle stick, you'll be able to see the brown behind the rhinestones for the popsicle stick. Okay. So the next step, Miss Judy, this is the exact same, rinse and repeat. We're going to do the exact same thing. I am making a sublimation background for this rhinestone design. That is correct. That is correct. Matter of fact, let's pause. Let's take a breather because this is a lot. Let's take a breather real quick. And I am going to show you why I'm doing that. So Faith, the reason why we're doing this is because when you're putting a rhinestone design on a white shirt, I have forever been somewhat of telling people, you know, white doesn't really let the rhinestones pop like they're supposed to, in my opinion. And in my opinion, I didn't like the spaces and how it looked on a white shirt with the rhinestones. So the white kind of draws your eye to white, and it's competing with the rhinestones. Whereas black absorbs the light, so it allows the light to reflect and shimmer off of rhinestones, so your rhinestones present prettier. It's just a scientific fact, right? So you see, your eye is drawn to the rhinestones, but you also can see the spaces. But by adding a sublimation background to the white shirt, your shirt is still white, but now you have some color behind the same color rhinestones, and that allows the rhinestones to present like they're supposed to, and it's less distracting to see the white spaces behind those rhinestones. So this is why we're trying to put a sublimation background behind our rhinestones. Now, why am I another reason why I'm showing you how to do this in Silhouette Business Edition is because you might already have a rhinestone design and you're like, I love this design on a white shirt and I want it to look just as good on a white shirt. So I'm trying to show you how you can take a design that you already have and do this exact same technique and make your own sublimation background to the rhinestone design. That's the whole point, to keep you from having to reach out to your rhinestone designer and be like, bruh, I love your design, it's the most awesomest design on the whole planet, can you please make a sublimation background for it? And your favorite rhinestone designer might be on vacation in Venice, Italy, or they may be chilling with the family. The last thing they want to do is try and find that design, figure out where, if they use an SVG for it, they may not have, they might have used it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's drama. It's just drama, because a lot of these designs we've done and they've been done a long time ago. So to try and find, be able to make it work for you when you can make it work for yourself. And then you wouldn't have to pay for it either. You're just making the background. Now, what I will suggest though is, I don't want to step on too many toes, reach out to your rhinestone designer, your favorite rhinestone designer, because you love their design, you love them, you love the hard work that they've done. Ask first, hey, do you mind if I make a SVG? Don't sell it. Now, you can't sell behind other people's stuff. That's jacked up. So let's not make this an issue, and don't do this to another design that you already have and then turn around and sell it. That's not your place. That's not your design. So let's not do that. But if you're doing this for yourself, be nice and ask, hey, do you mind if I do this with your design? They may say yes. They may say no. That's between you and them. As far as I'm concerned, if you have my designs, go for it. I don't care. Just don't sell the sublimation background to the design. You can use it for yourself all you want. Okay. So she said no. Delonda said no. So different people don't agree. I don't care, because I just don't. But different people may not like that. But you can reach out to them and ask them to see if they'll be willing to make it. They might be willing to make it so that you can sublimate behind it. I think Patrice already makes sublimation for some of hers. I think she already makes sublimation for some of hers. So she may have already done it, but there may be some designs that she might not be willing to do that with. Again, I'm showing you how to do this. If you already have a design and your rhinestone designer doesn't mind, you can do it. Go for it. Mine, I do not care. You can do these for the back of my designs, because I am not going to have time to go back and do this for all of the designs that I have. I just don't. I don't have the time. Okay. So let's go back into it. So this is the blue part. And to show you how to do this with the blue part, you would grab the blue. And this is, again, the same thing that you're going to do for each step for each color. We're going to grab the blue and we are going to do an offset. So the offset is over here on the right hand side of the Silhouette Business Edition. Okay. And then we're going to do offset. And as you see, the offset is there. Right. And it has all the holes and stuff. And it kind of does overlap with this brown. But that's okay. We're not super worried about it, because the stones are going to be super close enough as it is. Okay. So in that instance, I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. I'm going to come a little bit tighter on the popsicle part. Okay. And so now we have the popsicle part. I'm going to move the blue and I'm going to grab the popsicle part, and let's see, hopefully this won't cause me a problem. We are going to release compound path. Okay. So in releasing the compound path, I'm going to hold shift. Oh, I didn't share my screen. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Boop. So let me go back and start from the beginning. Okay, there we go. So we have the blue selected. Thank you. Sorry about that. We have the blue selected. We're going to click on offset. All right. And again, this one is at 10%. That's where I had dropped it down before you couldn't see. It was at 20, but I dropped it down to 10. All right. And so we're going to move the blue out of the way. I'm going to grab the offset, and then I'm going to right click on the offset. I'm going to release the compound path. I'm going to hold down the shift key on my keyboard, and I am going to click on the outside of the shape, the entire shape for the popsicle. And that just leaves all these little nooks and crannies lit up on the inside. And I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. Okay? And that looks goofy. Okay, that looks kind of crazy, but it's all right because I'm going to select it again. I am going to come over to my paint palette. I'm going to click on the eyedropper tool, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to select this color blue because that's the color that I want for the bottom of the pop. Actually, I want it to be a darker blue. Let's go over here. Let's go to this blue because I'm going to wind up doing sapphire. Okay. And then I'm going to drop it to 50% transparency. And I'm done. That's it. I can bring this back over, and you can see that it lines up, and these stones are going to fit right here where I need them to fit. Okay. Let's come up to this one. This one is a little bit different. All right. So with this one, the stones for this are crystal, if I'm remembering correctly. Or not crystal, white. They're white to show the white popsicle part. So you kind of can leave this, not do this part because that part of the popsicle is white, but it's entirely up to you. I think I'm going to put like this little hint of gray behind it, just to make sure that you can really see that stand out with that white shirt. Okay, so I'm gonna select it, and I'm going same thing that I did with the stars, same thing, a little bit different with the hollow stars, but the same thing I did with the stick, same thing I did with the popsicle blue flavor, same thing I did with 80s chillin'. I'm going to touch the color of the rhinestone design that I want to put an offset on. I'm going to come over to the right hand side and click on offset. Then I'm going to click on offset, and this has a 0.10. I'm going to come up just a little itty bitty bit to, it was 15. What happened? I'm going to go 15 and hit enter, and that is where I want that color to be, and I want that color to stay that color. So I am going to move the white placeholder stones, and I'm going to grab, hold on, shift, I'm going to grab just the offset that's right here, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to release compound path. Okay, so now it has the offset selected with all of the inner parts. I'm going to hold down shift on my keyboard. I'm going to click this outer rim of the shape, and then I'm going to have to do the same thing for the outer rim over here because this broke up into two different parts. All right, and then I'm going to hit delete, and there is my popsicle middle. Okay, let's grab our paint palette. I'm going to get my eyedropper tool. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to turn, well, it didn't stay selected. Hold on. Let's get the eyedropper tool again. We're going to select that, and to show you it's two different parts. So I have two different sections, and then we're going to grab this, and we're going to turn it gray, and boom, there we go. So this is what's going to be behind my white stones. Now I actually think I may lighten this just a little itty bitty bit. Right now the transparency is at 0, so I just want a hint of a shadow behind those white stones. Okay, and now we're going to do the exact same thing with the red. Gonna come over, I'm gonna grab the red. Actually, I can move this back if I wanted to. Okay, but I don't, yeah, I'm gonna move it back because I don't remember if this is where it's supposed to be. And then let's grab the red part of the pop. Now this is going to be a little bit harder to see because the offset is a red line. So it's going to be a little bit difficult, but we're going to get it. Same thing I did with the stars. Same thing I did with the popsicle stick. Same thing I did with the blue. Same steps I did with the white. We're selecting the red. I'm going to do an offset. I'm going to open the offset panel. I'm going to click on offset. Okay. The outline is there. I know it's really, really hard to see it, but the outline is there. Okay. And I had it at 15%. It should still be at 15%. But you can change that by clicking the up and the down arrow if you want your sublimation background to be tighter or more farther away, more offset than what you have it as. Now I'm going to move these red stones out of the way. This is all one piece, as you see, so it didn't break it up like it did down here. And then I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to release compound path. Now I'm going to hold down my shift. I'm going to select the outer rim of, oh my gosh, I just messed up. Hold on, let me see. Yep, I just messed up. Okay, so I'm going to do this in sections now because I messed up. So you can select parts of it like this, and then let me make sure that didn't select the wrong thing. All right, and I'm going to grab the outside. Oh, it did set it up into two parts because that middle part is empty. So I was wrong. Hold on. So this middle part right here is separate. So I didn't recognize that. All right, let's grab that. Let's grab that. And we're going to delete this. And like I said, you can select each little divot and you can, if you prefer to do that and have a little bit more control and make sure that everything goes away like it's supposed to, you can do it that way as well. Okay. All right, and then we'll do that. And then we'll do this. And then we'll delete that one. And then I'll hold down shift and then we'll delete those. And so now we're almost done. So with the red, because it's in two different parts, like the star, not like down here, but because this star, this is going to be a cutout and I want this to stay empty, I need this to be empty. I don't need it red. So if I select this and turn it red, so let's select, I'm going to click right here on the top of this shape. I'm going to grab my paint palette. I'm going to grab my eyedropper tool and I'm going to turn this red. And see how that disappeared? I need this to be empty right in here. So I'm going to grab this and you see it kind of selected when I drew the shape and touched where that was. And actually, let's do this so that you can see and not get confused. I'm going to turn this blue so that you can see this is what I'm selecting right here. And then we're going to go to our modify. So this one is a little bit more confusing. So make sure you come back and check this with the stars and with the red popsicle top so that you can see how to do that. And we're going to hit subtract. Okay. And there we go. I need to turn this and let's go to our paint palette. I'm going to drop this to 50%. And then we're going to grab this and put it on top so that you can see that line everything up the way it's supposed to. So now that everything right here is at 50% transparency, now I can bring in this entire one that is in the right spots, the right size. Why are the last blue holes shifted over? The last blue hole shifted over. Let's see. You to my right here or right here. That's the way I designed it. That's my design not being super awesome sauce. Like, oh my God. Okay, so now I need to make sure, remember we lined up 80s chillin' and we lined up the stars. So 80s chillin' and the stars are lined up, but look, the pop is not, okay? The popsicle is not lined up where it's supposed to be. So what we need to do, this was in place, so I'm gonna move it over for right now. I'm moving this over for right now so that I can select all of this without a bunch of drama. Okay, so I'm going to grab this. I'm going to select all of it and I'm going to hit group. Okay, I'm selecting all of it and I'm going to hit group. That's going to make it easier for me to see move it around without having to worry about whether I have everything or not. So I'm going to slide this back. Here's the 80s chilling. Remember, the stars are where they're supposed to be. We lined those up first. And chilling is where it's supposed to be because we lined this up second. So this also will help those who have made their own rhinestone designs. You can now go back and do this if you don't have your SVGs anymore. So now we can take this bomb pop and I can lay it right over where it's supposed to be and make sure that it is lined up. Okay. And so now when I move the master file out the way, now my sublimation file is where it needs to be. Okay. Now it's where it needs to be. Now I did not fill in the inside of this. I could, but at this moment I didn't. And it's kind of like just grayer or darker. I probably should, y'all, but I didn't. And if you do, you know what? I should have kept the whole thing and made the whole popsicle section like this blue. I should have left the whole thing with the holes and everything, because this is just a darker color star and it would still give us that shadow effect, but I didn't. So that's on me. All right, so I am going to, oh yeah, I grouped it. That's why. Ungroup this and let's see, make sure I can, there we go. I need this to go away. Let me see if this works. I need this to go away. All right, and I'm gonna get, yep, need that to go away. And now I need this to go away. So here is my sublimation design. Okay, this is my sublimation design. So now I should be able to select all of this and I can take the red border away now because everything is done. All the colors are where they need to be. It's situated where it needs to be. And so now I can do one of a couple of things. I can, let's take that red border off. So now it's up to you what you want to do with this. You can, break it up, see how it's still in pieces. You can break this where you can print. Oh, I gotta show you that part too. You can break this in pieces. You can leave it this lighter transparency. That's what I did with the Howdy design for Colt. Or everything is at 50%, so I can turn it all right back up and make it more vibrant. It's up to you. However you want to do it. You can do it there. You can drop everything 25, make it a little bit more. It's up to you how you want to do the background behind your stones. Okay. And so now that I have this, let me show you the second part. Now, Kristen had mentioned that Canva is good for printing in sections. You technically can do the same thing with Silhouette. Let me show you how that works. So I'm going to close the fill color section. And what we're going to do now, because I've already cut out my template, so I technically can get rid of all of this now because I've already cut it out. And so now what we want to do is come back over here to this right hand. Once you get used to Silhouette Business Edition or Silhouette in general, this right hand set of tool buttons are going to be your friend. Okay, so the very first one is the page setup dialog box. Right with that, it shows you what size your workspace is. And right now we're on a Cricut cutting mat. Well, not a Cricut. Ooh, father. A silhouette cutting mat. And the entire cutting mat is white because the white is your working space. Okay. Hey, everybody. So what we're going to do is change our media size. Media meaning what we're working with. So right now, media, if you are cutting vinyl, the vinyl is your media. This is our workspace, so this is our media. We're going to change that. Right now it's at custom and it's 12 by 12. I want this to be a letter size because my printer only does letter size paper. Okay, so when we turn this to letter size paper, this shows you right here on this white paper what we'll print. So let me grab the whole thing and I'm going to move it over, and it almost fits. Almost fits. Almost. The thing that doesn't fit completely are the stars. Okay, can you see that? So what I need to do is I'm gonna ungroup this because I had grouped the 80s and the stars together, and I'm going to take these stars and move them, and I'm going to angle them. Boop, just like that. All right, I'm just going to angle them so that the entire design will fit on here. So you might have to break this up even more. You might have to, you know, grab by certain colors. But what you want to try to do is keep as much of the design together as you can, so that when you go to put your stones over the top of it, everything lines up like it's supposed. It doesn't make it hard for you to line everything up. Okay, so that's the whole point of trying to keep everything together. So my stars all stayed together. Even though I angled them, I still know that if I just tilt them back down and put them over the top of this popsicle, I should be good. Okay, now it's still going to be kind of, even though I bling this whole color by itself, it should be okay. All right, so now let's send this to printer real quick because I am running out of time very quickly. And I'm going to say print, and I'm going to hit cancel, and I'm going to hit print. Okay. So hopefully with you being lost, Judy, hopefully that helped by going back over it and over it and over it again. Okay. So let's do something real quick. Let's do this and let's do this. Okay. I'm gonna give you a poll while I cut the heat press back on, and then we're gonna switch us over to the table. I'm gonna grab that rhinestone design. Let's stop sharing. I'm going to grab that rhinestone design and we are going to work on the design. Okay. So here is, oh, you know what, y'all, I messed up. How did I mess up? How did I mess up already? We ain't even in the darn thing good and I messed up. What did I do wrong? Who knows? Who knows what I did wrong? It's an easy fix, but I did do something wrong. Okay. What I did not do, thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Miss Gail. I did not mirror. So I'm going to group this and then I'm going to mirror. So let's go object, mirror, flip horizontally, and then I'm going to print it again. Okay, it printed out nice though. Let's cancel and hit print. All right, so let's go back. Oh, I got sublimation paper. I got sublimation paper. That ain't the issue. The issue was mirroring. Okay, so the stars are right here. Oh, did I? Nope, I did not. Alright, and so let's get the blinging. So we're going to grab these stars, and I am going to put the stars as Labrador. because it's sitting right here in my face and it's super pretty. And I do love Labrador on a white shirt. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's change that. Okay, hopefully that helps y'all hear me better. I apologize, I forgot to bring the mic over. All right, so we're gonna bling this, and I am going to get the extra off. And like I said, please be courteous to those who don't want you to use their designs in such a manner if they don't have the SVG already there. Well, not SVG, the PNG already there for you to do this behind their designs. But again, if you have my designs, I whatever, go for it, because as you see, that took time, right? That took a good bit of time to go through and do that. So let's grab us some tape. And then let's pick this up. And here are the stars. Now this particular design is very forgiving for lining this stuff up. You could pretty much put your bomb pop wherever you want, technically, with the exception of how I have the middle of the silver right there. But you can pretty much put it however you want, to be quite frank. I do like this design for that reason. Oh, I'm gonna be missing a silver. So a Labrador rather. Alright, so let's put this back. Okay. And then I was going to do two shirts so that you could see the difference between the two, one with the background and one without. But I'm running out of time, so I'm not going to do that tonight. So we're just going to use plain old light cyan since it's right here in my face. And then I'm probably going to do crimson. Or should I do cyan? I'm going to do whichever one is darker for the shadow of the lines in the popsicle. Technically could go lighter. All right, and so thank you so very much for taking our poll. I appreciate you. And then this is an easy poll. Let me know on this one. This is an easy one, but there may be some new folks in here that didn't know this, so that's why I'm putting it up there, just to see what you think and how you're thinking. All right, so this is red. And then since the blue is right there, we'll go ahead and pop some sapphire down there. Let's see, sapphire. Do I have sapphire right here? Yep. is sapphire. All right. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. So there's this part of the bomb pop. Here's 80s chillin'. My temperature isn't quite where it needs to be to sublimate the shirt. That's too small, so let's cut another piece. Whoop, there we go. Cool beans, cool beans. All righty, let me go back to my comments. So this will help you get your shirts to the next level. So how many of you guys in here actually have business edition? Because Sheila Cushenberry a little bit ago posted the link to, I think it was Swing Designs, that had the Silhouette Business Edition at a really good price. Because the regular price of it is $99. But if you go through Swing Designs, you can get it for less. You can get it for a better price, more affordable price. But I think it's the old school version, actually. Okay. All right. So let us grab a sublimation shirt. And I am going to be using a Jersey's size medium 100% polyester shirt. I remember getting these on sale. And we are going to lint roll the shirt so that we don't have any of those blue lint marks. Okay. There's that. Alrighty. And then here is the design. Now I'm going to cut this because remember my stars are not angled the way the design was intended. Okay. That looks horrible. But it's no worries. And I'm probably going to have a what's-a-face on this shirt because I did not tear the 80s chillin' part. But it's no worries. Alright, so I'm going to press that first. And then I'll come back and angle my stars. And while that's pressing at 390 degrees for 60 seconds, look like. I did this, I did that. So let's do our 80s chillin'. 80s chillin' I did in black. I'm going to use black diamond. I think black diamond is going to pop really well with that. Whoops. That darker background. I did not mean to do that. Because the inside of those popsicles are not going to be black diamond. Okay. Let me know. Did you learn anything new tonight? So whether that be how to do an offset, whether that be um, how to subtract the middle from something, whether that be how to the whole process, the whole kit and caboodle. Let me know. Did you learn anything tonight? Was it helpful at all? Let me know if you don't mind, please. Because I was torn on whether to even show this, but it's it really made such a difference with the white shirts. This is why I was like, okay, you know what? We just gonna go for it. You have black ice listed. Yes, that is the one that I use, but black diamond is sitting right here in my face. So that's why I'm using it. Ooh, icy ruby. Let's do icy ruby up here. Let's do icy ruby instead of because icy ruby is super dark. Red. But yeah, I'm doing just a little bit different because number one, I'm running out of time, and number two, we're just going with the flow right now. And what's in my arm's reach without having to look for something. Lord Father, train. We all know you right there. We know you right there, fam. We know you right there. All of it was new, Linda. Thank you, Linda, for letting us know. Absolutely the whole part. Thank you, Sheila. Whole process. I didn't think of adding sublimation behind my rhinestones. That's a good idea. Kai, yes, the whole thing was helpful. Thank y'all. Okay, so yikes. Let's see. Lagoon. I don't think so. Sapphire to me is darker than Lagoon. So let's see. Let me, since it's right here. No. What's up with Azure? Where's Azure at? Because Azure is super dark. Super blue. That's what I like to call it. Super blue. I may not have Azure over here. It doesn't look like I got. Oh, wait a minute. Where are you? Yes, I do. Let's see. Yeah, Azure's deeper. Let's go with Azure. Oh, Lord. I forgot about my sublimation. Nice. It ghosted just a little bit because I left it, but it's no worries. I'm going to show it to you here in a sec. I brush this Azure in and get it out of the way. 1036. Okay, we might be able to do a regular design without the sublimation behind it. We might be able to, because this, as you see, it brushed in super quick. It didn't take us long because it's not that big of a design, and each color has, you know, like a little section. It's not a lot of one color. Boom. I'll make that work. Thanks for teaching us how to sublimation part in reverse. Thank you, Vanessa P. How you doing, girl? Oh, that wasn't big enough. But we got a trick for that. Even if it ain't big enough, we got a trick. So here is a little strip of scrap tape. And we're just going to add that right here at the bottom. And then I'm going to cut this extra off. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Carol Coleman. Hey, honey bunny. Hey, honey bunny. All right. So here is the. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do the. Well, I can show you first. So here is the sublimation. Nice and vibrant. Nice and vibrant. Because I did turn the transparency back up. I didn't leave it at 50%. Okay. And then here are the stars. Okay. And the stars, it's kind of hard to see. If I'm remembering correctly, my stars are angled, you know, kind of close this way. Now, 9 times out of 10, I'm putting these stars back. So because I did my middle of my popsicle with my stars, so technically my stars should line up like right here. Okay, so see, there's a star way up yonder. And I doubt very seriously, because I can't see through this sublimation paper, I'm probably going to get that wrong. Okay. But it's no worries, because what I can do is I can cut the middle part of that popsicle so that I can arrange it to fit where it needs to make it work. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's sublimate this one, and then we'll be able to layer bling. Okay. Now the other thing for me with oh, where's my butcher paper? The other thing for me is the I don't even know. I was going to say something, and this one went away. I've been going through that all week, and it ain't the first time that's done happened. So ain't nothing new. Something else about these designs. Why do I hear car doors? I can't remember, y'all. That's what happens when you get old. But I appreciate y'all coming out. Love the way the white looks with the stones when they have the background. So there is one other question I wanted to ask y'all. Let me take this sublimation off. Super cute. This is very hot. Ooh, that's hot. So there it is with the stars. Let me let this cool off a little bit. Let me let this cool off just a little bit. Does anyone know what brand? I am using a Jersey's polyester. Jersey's 100% polyester. And it did ghost a little bit on me, y'all. So, and Kai, I hope things go well with caring for your family. I didn't see the comment. I just saw what Marilyn responded. So I don't know everything, but I'll go back and check. All right, so here are the lines in the Bomb Pop where I left them blank. And then the 80s chilling. And like I said, it ghosted. So, oh, that's what I was going to say earlier. Okay, so the one thing about polyester that I definitely want to point out to y'all is polyester is for sublimation. It works great for sublimation, but polyester is thin. Polyester is thin, thin, thin. Thinity, thin, thin, thinner than thin. Okay. So because of that, when you sublimate it and then go to add the rhinestone, sometimes you saw how I was manipulating the shirt. Well, you probably didn't notice super close because I didn't zoom in. But I had to manipulate the shirt to make sure that the rhinestones were lining up over the top of the sublimation, because of how thin the shirt is. It's going to have things off. Okay. So you may have to arrange the shirt, like, you know, pull it in a little bit here and there to get things to line up. See how now I got it to line up, but that's because I had to pull the shirt in a little bit to get it to line up, because the thin, and because the jersey material, when you heat it up, it stretches, and because it stretches, it'll stretch out of place. So you got to kind of keep that in mind when you're working with these kind of shirts, and have to kind of do a little bit of finagling to get everything to be in place. But here's our first rhinestone layer, and I'm going to go ahead and press this. Oh, wait a minute, I can't press it. I gotta turn this heat down first, because it's at 390. It's at 390 degrees, and it is entirely too hot for rhinestones. Okay, so let's swap this out, and I'm gonna let that come down some. Oh, I didn't do the stick in this other color, y'all. What color is that? Because that's the blue. Oh, no, that's the middle. I didn't do the stick. Y'all almost let me forget this. How y'all gonna almost let me forget the stick? Come on now. Y'all supposed to be on my side. I'm just kidding. Oh, it's topaz. I want light topaz. Light topaz is in Coat's Canyon collection. And it should be over here. Let's see. What is this? I don't have it. Oh, here's my H. God. Here's the H from earlier, so I can do that. All right. I'm going to add that to my shirt later. Not right now. Because, let's see, 10:45. Yeah, I don't have time to add it right now. You know what? Oh, wait a minute. Light topaz. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to do the stick in light topaz, which might be a little lighter, a good bit lighter than what I had it on the sublimation, but it's no worries. It's no worries. What color is that? It's not light topaz. All right. Let's put that there. No overlapping stones. Let's put this here. And then the middle, y'all remember I said is white, and then I put a light gray behind the where the stones are going to be white. So I need to get snow just right here. Is this snow or is this neon white? This is neon white. This is neon white. I don't know where my snow is right now, so we're gonna go with neon white because they're almost the same, not quite, but close enough where I can get this done because I don't have time to look for the snow. Shameful, I'm aware, however. All right, boom. We almost forgot this part of the popsicle. All right, so let's put this there. Let's put that there. And let's put that there. Boop. Nice. Good timing. Good timing. All right, so let me press the layer that I just put there. I'm going to pick this up with, what am I going to pick that up with? Is that big enough? Barely. We're going to make it work. Is there anything that you haven't seen a tutorial for in a while that you would like to see a tutorial for? Hit me up in the comments and let me know if there's anything you would like to see. It's been a while since you've seen it, and you're like, you know what? I haven't seen a tutorial on blah, 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 and I don't know how long. Let me know. And we'll put it in the rotation. Boom. All right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now we're done for sure. Okay. So here is the 80s Chillin' bling with the sublimation behind it. So you can kind of see the difference already with the middle of the popsicle versus the rhinestones on the word on the 80s Chillin'. Okay, so let's go ahead, and since I just blinged it, we're gonna put our popsicle stick. Okay. Boom. Now, see that gray right there? I want y'all to see this with that gray. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see that white with just that hint of gray behind it. That's what's up. Okay, so let's press that layer. And I technically could have put the stars on too, but I'm going to wait. Press that as we go. Alright, so let's grab our cherry and our blue part to our bomb pop. Right, Faith. Right, it looks really good. Okay. So here is the popsicle stick and the white. Okay. Now, after you press the stones with the sublimation, usually that transfer tape, you'll have to get rid of it because it'll pick up some of that dye, but mine didn't, not really. But I'm still going to toss it just to make sure I don't cross-contaminate dye on another shirt. Okay. And now let's do our red and the blue. Alright. That looks lined up pretty darn good. And now let's try and get this one lined up a little bit better. Oh, I'm missing a red stone. I think I said that already, that I was going to be missing that stone. Alright, I'm going to put that red stone on after. Oh, there's that one. That one scooched. That wasn't supposed to. Alright, I'm going to pop that other red one on here after we press this. Make sure nothing shifted. Nope, everything looks good. Make sure this doesn't wrinkle. Boom. And that's sweet. Okay. And then next is going to be the stars. I'm going to go ahead and cut this because I'm more than positive this is not going to line up. So that's the inside of the white popsicle part, and these are the stars. I'm going to go ahead and do those separate. All right. Shut up, tummy. Okay. And then here is the red and the blue. Ooh, that is hot. Okay. Hot meaning about burnt me to smithereens. Okay, so I see this stone was supposed to be up there. It looks out of place. It looks crowded. But it's no worries. So I'm going to have to put another red stone right there. But for now, we'll worry about that later. Let's go ahead and do this. And then we'll be done. And if somebody is interested in a size medium, shut up, Tommy, then we can do a giveaway. How about it? A medium. Alright, so let's stretch this back into place. Boom. Let's line this up better. So So just be careful with these stretchy shirts. You can, you know, cut apart the different stars and be a little more detailed, a little more finite, but I'm going to, what is it, finite? I can't remember. And I should, because I like English. Okay. I'm gonna scooch them over with my finger. And this one is off just a little bit too. Boom. See what I'm saying? Holler. Scooch those. Scooch that. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, fam. That's what's up. That's what's up. Just a little bit of, oh, the middle. Almost forgot. And here's the middle. Moni in the middle. Where she at? Moni in the middle. Where she at? Middle. All right. There's that one. There's this one. Moni was in the 90s, wasn't she, honey? I think she was in the 90s. I started to say she was in the 80s, but I'm pretty sure she was in the 90s. And I need a red. Shoot. Right here? Yes. Nice, I am. Let's go ahead and fix that while we're at it. Ooh, please don't mess up the stars, though. Boom. Come on over there. Come on down. Boom. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. Make sure that doesn't press that wrinkle in, and it might. But I'm going to have to take that chance because I need that star to be where it needs to be. And then that'll be it, you guys. We'll do the giveaway, and then later on I'm going to show my H. Before I go, though, Sean had told me about cherry wood, and I did get some cherry wood fabric. This is the Prince collection, y'all. Look. Isn't it pretty? This is the Prince cherry wood collection, and this is some additional purple that they had. I also got some of the Simply Classic leather. I haven't even really looked at it. I opened it, but I didn't even pull it out. So I got leather as well. I know we're kind of like jumping across subjects, but I did get some leather. So hopefully I can get with you guys and show some of this stuff a little bit later. But this is for our bag making adventures that we've been going on lately. So I look forward to doing more bag making adventures with y'all. And here is our finished sublimated plus bling shirt. Okay. Sublimated plus bling. And here we go. So it gives some, my red, no, it did. Well, it did shift a little bit. My red did. But it gives a little bit more definition to a white shirt and gives it kind of like a, you know, it makes it stand out more. It really does. I don't know how, oh my gosh, they shifted too. I'm going to have to press that again and squish them stones up before we send this out. But look how cute it is. Look at how cute that is. You know, it just adds extra. It adds some extra to it. It just makes a big difference with these white shirts. It just really does. So if you can, you got your polyester shirt. Sublimation popped super hard with polyester, but you know, even Delonda had pressed on a cotton shirt, some sublimation, and she's washed it, and the ink faded some. Yeah, it's much more colorful. The ink faded a good bit, but it still had enough color behind those stones to let the stones pop. Now, how will that be 4, 5, 6 washes down the road? I don't know. But polyester, you will not have to worry about that. With the polyester shirt, those stones are going to stay and they're going to shine super bright, and they're going to love you for forever because you took the time to get them where they needed to be. I'm just squishing. I pressed the shirt again to kind of heat up that glue on those stones so that I can give a little bit more space in between those stones and cover that so that it doesn't. There we go. And put that, pop that right back into place where it's supposed to be. So let's cut this off. Let's switch back over to our other camera, and then let's get on up out of here after we do the giveaway. So I appreciate y'all. Again, I'm gonna show you the difference with the other shirts that I did that I didn't have the H for. So again, the whole point in what we were doing today is to show you how you can add some sublimation behind a rhinestone design on a white shirt, a white polyester shirt. Sublimation for the white polyester, okay? And then once you put that ink back there, it makes it pop. Look at, did it pop or not? Pop if it popped, not if it didn't. Let me know in the comments. Pop or not? Did it pop or did it not? Okay, it looks amazing. Both designs are cute. Both designs are great. Both designs are the design, and this is my design in our store on hotfixpix.store. But look at the difference. It kind of makes it 3D-ish almost. You know what I'm saying? And then the one that we did tonight, the Bomb Pop popsicle from the 80s. It turned out super cute, y'all. Look, somebody come and look at this. Look at this bling. Somebody come and look at this bling. Look at this bling. Okay? It looks so good. And that ain't even with the light off. Y'all know what happens when I cut the light off. It just acts all the way up. So, that's the reason behind adding the sublimation. Vanessa, a new member. Thank you so much for being a new member. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you so very, very much. Those are the designs I see men wearing now. Yeah. The men folks are embracing the bling. They really are. So we definitely want to help you guys out when it comes to, getting some designs out there and getting your rhinestone game leveled up. We want your rhinestone game to be leveled up. We want you to go out, go forth and have success all the way around. Not that you weren't successful before. It's just not that you weren't successful before, because you were. It just adds an extra layer. Something else that make a customer go, wow, that's a big difference. I want it to look like that. What fabric shop did you get the cottonwood fabric from? Wasn't it Cottonwood? I think it was Cottonwood. I think that was the name of it. I'll have to look it up. I'll look it up. Let's do this actually, and do that, and do this, and let's share screen. Actually saw a guy at the club wearing bling shirt and jeans the other night. Don't see that much in Texas. Well, I can't tell because he showed enough had them on. This is for this shirt, the 80s chillin' shirt. It ain't perfect, but it's super cute. It is a size medium. But yes, this is a size medium. Oh, the membership dropped. Okay, I didn't know that. So yes, if your membership drops, definitely check that out. If your subscriber dropped, check that out. Check out Delonda, Crafting with Delonda. She is 500 away. She's probably less than that. Let's go be nosy and see how many more she's got right now before she is going to hit 200. well, no, right now it still says $199, but she right there at it, y'all. We need to push her right on over, because once she hit 200K, we'll be doing a giveaway of mini gift cards over there. Like mini, not M-I-N-I, but M-A-N-Y. We're giving away gift cards over on Delonda's channel for Rhinestones. So if you want to help make sure that them gift cards get away and get given away, and you want a chance to win, then you definitely want to get on over there to her channel and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Okay. All right, so this is again a size medium. It's what I had, it's what I picked up. I wasn't looking at the size. I didn't even know what size I had. So this is a size medium. If you want it, then definitely go check that out. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and draw for this size medium shirt. Thank you again so very much for coming out and hanging with us tonight and learning about sublimation, adding sublimation behind a shirt design. And this goes to Kai. Holler! Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you, Kai. I definitely appreciate that, Kai. I think you have my email address. This time you email me instead of sending me the thingy, because as of right now, I don't have the link handy. I need to put it up in the chat, and I don't have it. But thank you again. So before we leave, though, before y'all leave, please be sure to check with your rhinestone design person that you got it from, and make sure it's okay with them to put sublimation behind their designs. If they've said no, you had a couple of them say no already, but if anyone else says no, be respectful, okay? Because folks work really hard to put these designs together, and it's their right to whether you can do that with their designs or not. You can't even be mad at them for it, because it's their right. With my rhinestone designs that you've purchased from me, if you want to put sub behind it, be my guest. Go right ahead and do it with my designs only, okay? So reach out to your favorite designer or whoever designed whatever it is that you want sublimation behind, and ask. A very simple thing to do. The worst thing they can say is no, and if that's the case, you'll be all right. Just find another design or learn to make your own designs. That's another good point. All right, so until the next time we see you all, I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything that's coming up. You got a whole line of folks, creative folks, all throughout the rest of this week, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Monday is usually Angel B, but I think the sports got her schedule off a little bit because of the sports, but that's okay. Look for her on Monday nights. Then Tuesday, I think it's Rachel earlier in the day, but then Tuesday is Patrice on her personal channel. Used to be Delonda, but I think she stopped. Then Wednesday is Delonda, Leonardo Wednesday. Thursday is Marilyn, and I know I'm forgetting some people. I apologize. Thursday is Marilyn. Thursday is also Pat Chat Crew. And then that was Thursday. Friday is Patrice. Saturday is whatever. We're all over the place on Saturday. And then Sunday you have Shay Shay first thing in the morning. I actually woke up early, y'all, and called Shay Shay. Shay Shay's first thing in the morning. And then Blue Land by Stacy and Connie are on. And then at 6 is Sean, Gold Savvy Designs with Sean and cousin Linda. And then after those guys is little old me. And then Patrice also goes live on her personal channel on Sunday evenings too. So you got a whole lineup of folks. A lot of us out here doing the thing, trying to keep y'all busy in these crafting streets. And that's what the whole point of all of this is to help you be better and help you craft better. Okay, so if you have Miss Joy's is on Saturday as well. That is correct, right? Are you more than one day other than Saturday? I cannot remember, because I think you were on Thursday at one point. I can't remember. It was something I was gonna tell you, Shay Shay. That was so funny this morning, but I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, check everybody out. Everybody's out there. Everybody's filming. Everybody's trying to help you all. Okay, that's it. We just trying to craft together. It's one big happy family. So have fun, go forth, and conquer these crafts. All right. So we will holler at you guys later. Until the next time we see you all, we got a new song tonight. It ain't new, but we gonna play our country version of our song tonight. So enjoy. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Yeah! Y'all felt that energy today. The Baby's Booty family in the building. We're shining. We're grinding. Listen. We started with a blank slate. Now look at the glow. You brought the heat to the chat. You put on a show. From the first stitch to the final stones placed, there ain't nothing better than seeing your face. We're more than a hobby, we're a movement, a vibe. Thanks for bringing that magic, keeping us alive. Oh, thank you for the love, thank you for the time. You helped the Baby's Booty really start to shine. Go take that sparkle, go out and create until the next stream. Yeah, it's gonna be great. We're out.